Here's Brody Brazil.
This defeat kind of had some hallmarks of other Sharks losses we've seen this season and stuff that I hope they can get away from. I hope they can avoid these trends moving forward, specifically this, allowing goals in all three periods. This is probably like already in 16 games, I'll bet you tonight was the third or fourth time probably. I wish I had it in front of me, should have looked it up. But yeah, third or fourth time where they've allowed goals to the opponent in every period. You're not going to win many games when you don't have a single shutdown period. Not to mention, you need to do your own scoring. But that kind of sets a precedent. And also another game now. I think somebody mentioned this was twice in their last 4 games, but it's been a couple times this year, even more than that, where they have not drawn a penalty for an entire 60 minutes. Now, a lot of people are going to go straight to the officiating, even when I say it. And I actually don't mean it in that way. What I'm saying is that a lot of nights, if you don't play a certain way, you're not going to force the opponent to take a penalty. You're not imposing your game on them, and it's going to show. And I feel like tonight that was the case. Now, it didn't help that LeBanc had that trip that St. Louis took offense to, and I understand that. Gadjevich took a penalty, a tripping penalty. Burns had a tripping penalty. Weatherby had a cross-checking penalty. So the Sharks were in the box all 3 periods. The Blues never had that fate. Again, I'm not here talking about the officiating with that. I'm saying it's the way the Sharks are playing on certain nights. But all of that kind of is tonight's game, and that's kind of the focus here. Step back, because another issue that's kind of being realized here is we get to about the quarter point of the season. Believe it or not, 4 more games by the end of this homestand, this next upcoming homestand, we are a quarter of the way through the season. It's early enough to gauge trends, to figure out what the team is made of, to kind of figure out what's next. And one of the trends is that the Sharks are capable of statement wins. We've seen it the night where, 7 players a couple Saturdays ago tested positive, and the Barracuda come up, and they make a statement with that win. Starting this road trip in Calgary, 4-1, statement win. Last game against the Wild, who had come in winning 5 of their last 6. You beat them, and you scored all 3 periods. Statement win. But between those dots, right, if we're connecting the dots, there's too much space and there's too much room for other dots that aren't there. Does that make sense? Like, they're not able to be consistent with wins or statement wins. And at some point, over the course of an 82-game season, you're going to notice this even more. That, hey, they can beat a lot of different teams on any given night. They can beat any team on any given night. But the problem is, if you don't do that consistently enough, it kind of says, it dictates where you're at as a team. You're capable of this sometimes, but you're not capable of this all the time.